Okay.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and Lisa, thank you again also. Can you guys hear me back there? Can you hear me back there? Okay. Okay, you just never know, because they're spectacular. But anyways, Lisa, thank you for putting this on and inviting us here today, and thank you everybody for coming. My name is Holly Irwin, and I have the honor of serving as your La Paz County Supervisor for District 3, and for those of you that might be a little confused, District 3 encompasses the south side of I-10. So Supervisor Minor's on the north side, I represent the south side. So anyways, I'm proud to say I've been married to my husband for 31 years. I am a proud mother of 2 beautiful daughters and a resident for over 26 years. And during my time in office, I built priceless relationships with both my constituents, along with congressional, state, and local elected officials. I've learned over the past 3 terms that some projects and issues cannot be completed with just a single term. It is important to keep consistency while serving the taxpayers of La Paz County to achieve success. I could not have accomplished this without each one of you. For this, I'm eternally grateful and will continue to work with the same passion, dedication as your supervisor. Some things that I've worked on and been able to accomplish over the 11.5 years that I've been in office, one to exactly a little over 6 years, has been our land conveyance that we've been working on of just under 6,000 acres of federally owned and pacted land to the county. This is the most important project for La Paz County that has finally came to fruition. This is a solar project where this land is projected to be the largest in the nation and will benefit the county and its residents with revenues for years to come. One of the things that was brought up previously was about the food banks. When I first took over as your supervisor, all of Quartzsite was my district before it got changed. And the food banks were barely operational. They were operating one day a month, and it was only dry food. Since then, we have 3 facilities that are located in La Paz County and a total of 6 distribution points. So this is important because it's for not only for our seniors, but for our families that are struggling and need food boxes and whatnot. I've been able to work on this and be able to bring that up to where it is today, which is completely functioning. Back in 2010, with the help of the Arizona Sunriders off-highway vehicle groups and with the mining communities, we fought to keep many of our trails open for recreation. This was done through the La Posa travel management process. So this was another very challenging issue that I had to work on. It took many meetings, many arguments with different entities to explain to them how important it was to keep our trails not only here in the Quartzsite area open, but throughout La Paz County. And through the relationships I built with various agencies, I was able to assist the town of Quartzsite in their current land leases with the Bureau of Land Management to locate an alternative staging area, not only for the town of Quartzsite, but also for the Arizona Peace Trail. And speaking of the Peace Trail, I've been privileged to be an active part of this project, which encompasses 3 counties, La Paz, Mojave, and Yuma counties from the beginning. I've worked with state, federal, and local entities along with 15 off-highway vehicle groups who have identified just under 700 trails for this project. The county and towns have already seen revenue increases from local out-of-state property owners along with those coming from other countries traveling to these 3 counties to enjoy this project and pumping revenue into the counties. One of the other issues that's very important to me has been water. Water is a big issue here in Arizona, and in a collaborative effort with the residents of La Paz County, we were able to bring awareness to the areas with unrestricted groundwater basins, making La Paz County the first priority planning area of the Governor's Water Initiative. I have and still do work closely and continue to fight the good fight with Representative Regina Cobb on both groundwater issues and surface water issues on the Colorado River. This is a precious natural resource, and it's not here for Phoenix or other metropolitan areas who would love nothing more than to take advantage of rural Arizona and our natural resource for a profit. Together, we've worked diligently to secure and help aid in grant funding of over $4 million saving the taxpayers money on projects involving flooding issues, bridge rehabilitation, park improvements and infrastructure, a food bank facility in Wyndon, and the Arizona Peace Trail signage and development of their master plan. Indian Hills air conditioning system as well. These are just to name a few. I've had the honor of representing La Paz County on the following commissions: the West Basin Groundwater Study Committee, Non-Active Management Area Groundwater Committee, Homeland Security West Region Advisory Group, which is a RAC board, Arizona State Off-Highway Vehicle Advisory Council, and the Arizona Peace Trail Committee. In closing, together let us work for continued progress, success, and I respectfully ask for your continued support and vote in the primary election on August 4th. Thank you. Any questions?
You want to take any?
Any questions? Yes, Mr. Roth.
Regarding the water issue in Salone.
Yes.
The corn company. What's going on there? Are they allowed to pump forever?
They are. As I mentioned before, there are 3 unrestricted basins in the county. McMullen Valley Basin and Renegris, which is where they are. They're located in Renegris Plain in that basin. And yes, they are allowed to pump because there's no restrictions.
That's set by the state?
It was set by the state when they did the Groundwater Act in 1980. These 3 basins were specifically identified for water transportation for future use for the metropolitan areas. They were left unrestricted for a reason. And that's what we're facing now.
Is there any interest in the county taking action to change that?
Yes, and I'm working with Representative Cobb. We've been diligently working for the last couple of years to try to pass some legislation, only to get pushback from the bigger counties and, quite frankly, those that have money. Yes, to name one. Yes, Anna.
Same question I asked Supervisor Minor. What people that voted to be major priorities want to work on the next term? Does one of those include getting audits from the Auditor General?
Well, the audits are caught up. They've been caught up. When I first took office in 2009, the audits haven't been done since 2004. So I'm not really sure how the county was even operating, but we have been working diligently to get the audits complete and correct where they need to be. That's number one. And yes, I would continue to push for that. Water, of course, is going to be one of my main concerns moving forward because, guys, without water, we have nothing. You have no economic development. We cannot grow as a county or even as a state, and we're target number 1 as far as that goes. Not only are they targeting the groundwater basins, but also the Colorado River, which we are fighting that as well. They would love to sell water rights out of the Cibola Valley Irrigation District out of that area in order to send it down to Queen Creek, which we are currently fighting for a profit. And we see absolutely a minimal amount of money from that when other counties will be making billions at our expense. So water is a big, huge issue. Continue along with responsible economic development so we can continue to see our county grow in a responsible manner. And probably the third has been one of the funnest projects, and that's working on the Arizona Peace Trail with the recreation in mind. Sales tax, which was mentioned earlier, has already gone up considerably just from the recreation that we are seeing from not only the winter visitors, but we're seeing it because of, unfortunately, with the circumstances that we are under right now. People are on the river, you know, they're out enjoying the recreation because that's all that they can do right now. So we have seen a steady flow with our sales tax stay consistent even under these challenging times. So those are probably the 3 main things that I would focus on most. Is that it? Okay, thank you.
Hello, can you hear me okay? My name is Gary Zakrasik, and most of you know me as Zan. I prepared a speech. It's the same speech I gave in Park a few weeks ago. This speech talks about the reasons why I'm running for office and why people are supporting me. People who said, Gary, geez, too bad you lost in 2016, but really, we need you in office. We need to take care of some of these things that are going on. We want to support you again. Will you please run again? I said, all right, I'll give it one more shot. So right now I'm going to read my speech and then take any questions. As you know, I'm running for supervisor for District 3 for La Paz County. I had hoped after the election in 2016, with so many great new people elected, we'd now be doing much better as a county. Unfortunately, we soon realized the people who remained in office hampered the many changes that could have been made to make our county more functional. The old ways in which the county has done business needs to stop. The elected officials who are there making decisions based solely on what's best for them and not for you need to be replaced. We currently have a county administrator, Ron Drake, who has not complied with the terms of his contract and should have been terminated. A 6-month evaluation recommended by Supervisor Minor have clearly shown Ron Drake violated the terms of his contract and should have been terminated, but Supervisors Irwin and Wilson went ahead and voted to give Ron Drake not only a raise, but a contract extension. Ron Drake, who Holly Irwin clearly supports, took it upon himself to give most department heads substantial raises. This was actually cooked into last year's budget without the knowledge of Supervisor Minor. The raises were not based on evaluations, merit, education, or experience that should have been the norm. So it just seemed like a good old raise by Ron to gain the loyalty of the department heads at your expense. As a past 26-year employee of La Paz County, I've been frustrated with the management and how District 3 has been ignored when it comes to several key issues that to date have not been fully resolved. The Centennial Wash flooding issues finally need to be addressed properly. Return La Paz County park system back to a true enterprise-funded system as was originally intended. Return the county back to a 5-day work week for all departments. To add transparency, provide a live feed of all the Board of Supervisors meetings so everyone has the ability to finally see what's going on in our county. Get to the truth on the water issues in District 3. Keep District 3 zoning agricultural and keep out all attempts to bring in heavy industry. No smelting. And I'm going to repeat that because I got word today that I'm for the smelter. I am not for the smelter. No smelter. Increase the budget of our animal shelter and move forward to privatize the facility to ensure its future as a no-kill shelter. Make sure animal control officers work out of the Sheriff's Department for optimal management and enforcement of laws as other counties do. Hire employees based on education, experience, and individual merits instead of the old ways of nepotism, which has become the norm in our county. Nepotism has been such a major problem for us, so much so that was noted in the recent audit of the county as something we need to address. This corrupt practice needs to end so we can finally get the best qualified people hired to run our departments so our county can finally function properly and flourish. Those who know me know I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. You shouldn't either. Vote Zach for a change. Thank you. Questions? Hannah?
I'll ask the same question I asked the other supervisors. If elected, what 3 things are going to be your priorities?
First of all, what has bothered me the most over the last, 12 years or so, 15 years, are finances. We finally need to get that straightened out. We need to find a county administrator who knows what he's doing and hire someone in finance who knows how the finances in a county should work. sometimes I have no, I look at the financial statements, I have no idea what's going on there. And I'm an educated person. I went to Ohio State, the Bucks, but sometimes I look at this stuff and I have no clue how they're doing this budget. So that'd be one thing that we're concerned about. Number two, I'd love to see all the county employees get a raise. As I was a county employee for years, we saw very few raises. And Supervisor Minor has spoke recently that they are trying to work on that, and it is great. Hope that we can finally get some raises for our county employees that is certainly needed, and that will give more reason to stay here in this county and not go look for jobs elsewhere. And number three is the animal shelter. We will just kind of say this is my pet project. My wife and I, we rescue chihuahuas. We have a house full of chihuahuas. But I just love to see how well our animal shelter has been doing. It's a no-kill shelter, and it looks like we're about to the point where they're going to privatize. And like I said in my speech, I'd love to see the enforcement end of it work through the sheriff's department. Anybody else?
I do have a question.
Okay.
I was at the big market a few days ago with 4 adult male chihuahuas came out of nowhere.
I do that.
I was wondering whatever became of the 3 that got away.
I actually saw that because I get those posts,
Yeah.
but I think they went to the animal shelter. I think they picked them up with the same ones. I don't need any more. I got 6. My house is full. Anybody else? Okay, thank you.